Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Not Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today we are going to learn how to cut a trouser in a very simple way. All right. Like we all know, whenever I discover something very interesting, I like to share with us here so that we'll all learn from it together. So today we are going to learn how to cut a trouser in a very simple technique, using a very simple technique. All right. So for our trouser, I'm going to write out the measurements we'll be using, and we'll head right into the video. I don't want us to waste time. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to this channel so that whenever I drop amazing videos like this, you'll be notified. And also turn the notification bell on. It's very important. All right. So without wasting time, let's get down our measurements. So for this trouser, the measurement we're going to be using is, number one, we're going to be using the waist measurement, the waist measurement, and the waist measurement is 31. All right. Then we're using the tie, the lap. All right, which is 24. We'll be using the trouser length, which is 36.5. The person is not tall, is not that tall, 36.5. And our ankle measurement, or our knee measurement rather, our knee measurement, okay, we'll be using 17 for our knee measurements. And then the ankle measurement, all right, the ankle measurement is 14. All right. So these are the measurements we're going to be using to cut our trouser. All right. I said the waist measurement is 31. The tie, the lap is 24. The trouser length 36. The knee is 17, and the ankle is what? 14. So without wasting time, let's hit into our class. So the simplest and easiest way to cut a trouser is this. I'm going to be showing us key points on how to get our trouser perfectly. So the simplest way to cut our trouser is to identify these lines I'm going to be talking about: the waistline, the hip line, the lap, the knee, that is the hamlet of the trouser knee, and the length of the trouser. These 5 point lines are very important, and once you identify them, you can cut your trouser with ease. So the first we're going to do is to identify the length of our trouser. That is that will give us our waistline. So the length of our trouser is this. The length of our trouser is 36.5. So from here, this is 36.5. All right. Now plus our hemming allowance, which is 2 inches, that will give us 38.5. All right. 36.5 plus 2 inches allowance. So this is the length of our trouser. So that we can get our waistline, we need to get the length of the trouser before we can get waistline. So we need the length of the trouser. All right. So the first thing we get is our waistline. So this is the length of the trouser I'm going to be cutting. This is the length of the trouser. All right. Mind you, the main trouser is stopping at 36.5. The 2 inches we added there is for hemming allowance. All right. So this is you see. So this is our hemming allowance. This is the length of the trouser plus our hemming allowance. So we are taking our measurements from this way. All right. So let us get our waistline now. The first important line of the trouser is the waistline. So let us get our waistline. We say the waist of this trouser is 31. 31 divided by 4. That will give us 7 3/4. Alright? That'll give us 7 3/4. But like I told us in my videos before you take the waistline, I'm going to minus ½ inch from the end of the trouser here. Hope you are seeing very clear, ½ inch here. Then we'll take our waistline. So this is the first important line on trouser, is the waistline. This is the waistline, alright? And we say this 7 3/4. Now we'll add ½ inch seam allowance to it. This is it, alright? So this is our waistline. This is our waistline. I want you to come out so that you see. This is our waistline. Alright. So the next thing I'm going to consider is the what? Is the tie. The tie line. And that is gotten from our crotch. It's gotten when we get our crotch. Alright. So the next thing, for us to get our crotch, mind you, we are going to slant this waist in by ½ inch. That is the normal standard of cutting a waist, because the waist actually in front is a bit deep. Alright. So for us to get our tie line, we first of all get our crotch line. And we know that crotch is divided by what? By crotch is gotten by dividing waist by 4. And then plus 1 inch allowance. So waist by 4 already got 7 3/4 plus 1 inch, that will be 8 3/4. So this is our crotch line. Alright. So let's take note of these lines now. This is our crotch line. This is our crotch line. The next we need to get is our hip line. And our hip line is gotten 2 inches from 2 inches above the crotch line. This is it. So this is our hip line. So we've gotten our waistline, we've gotten our crotch line, we've gotten we've gotten the waistline, the hip line, we've gotten our tie from the crotch, we've gotten our tie line. Then the next thing is to get the half length, which is the knee point. And half length is simply the length of the trouser divided by 2. So 36 divided by 2, you have what? 18. 36.5 divided by 2, we have 18. Alright? So this is 18. But like my culture is, I don't use this 18 straight up. Alright? I normally minus 1 or 2 inches from it. Alright? So to get the kind of fitting I want. Alright? So 18 minus 1 inch, we're going to be using at 17. At times I use minus 1, at times I minus 2, depending on the kind of fitting I'm looking for, right? So 18 minus 1 have 17. So the length of this trouser, the knee point is going to be at 17, alright? So we also gotten our what? Also gotten our knee point, alright? So we have gotten our waistline, the hip, the tie, the knee, the length. Okay, so now let us now go into the shaping of our trouser. Now, from our measurements, we say our lap is 24, and we know that when we are cutting, we divide lap by 2. So divide 24 by 2, you have what? You have 12. All right. So this is our what? Our lap, 12. All right. Now we have from this point here to the end is 8 3/4. I'm going to extend it onto this front line here, so that we'll get a straight line from here. All right. So this is a straight line. So you can either measure the hip of your customer, or once you extend this waistline down here, you add 1 inch to it, and that gives you your what? Your hip. All right. You can either measure the customer's hip and use it here, or you extend your waistline down and add 1 inch to it. So this is our waistline. I extended it down, and then I added I marked 1 inch. That becomes my what? My crotch, my hip. So I've gotten my hip here. So I'm going to join this point to this point. All right. Can you see that? The next thing is to join this point to this point. All right. Can you easily do that? Okay. And we are done with the crotch line. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the center of this trouser. so as to get our fitting. And the center is simply the thigh divided by 2. All right, divided by 2 is the center. But from experience, I don't use this exactly. If you measure from here to you are having what 6, I don't use it exactly. I normally minus 1 inch from it to get a better fitting for my trouser. So since it's 6, I'm going to be using what 5 minus 1 inch. 5. All right. 5. All right. 5. Okay. 5. So I'm going to join this point together. Hope this is quite simple and you are following. So if you are liking the video already, please give me a thumb up. All right. So the next thing now we're going to do is to get the fitting of our trouser. We say our ankle is what is 14. Ankle is divided by 2. So if you divide 14 by 2, you have 7. So from this center line, we measure 3.5 this side, 3.5 this way, 3.5 this way to get what 7. All right. Now we're going to extend that. At about 9 inches up, we're still going to maintain our what? Our 7. All right. So here, still 3.5 this way, 3.5 this way. So this is 7, 3.5 here, 3.5 here. All right. So at the knee here, we say our knee is 70. That is what? That is 75 by 2. We give you 8.5. All right. So I'm going to measure 4.25 this way, 4.25 this way to get 8.5. Can you see that? This is 8.5, all right? 4.25 this way, 4.25 this way to get 8.5. Hope you are following. The next I'm going to do is to simply join these dots together. Join this to this. Join this point to this point, and then this point to this point, this point to this point. All right? Have this to this. I'll have this to this. The next thing I'm going to do is to join this point to our hip line, our crotch, our lap line. This is our lap, our thigh. Also this to the thigh line there. It's going to end here. It's not going to pass. It's going to end here. All right. So we have this to here. I believe that with these steps, with this technique, using these steps, you will find cutting a trouser very, very simple and straightforward. All right. So the next thing is this. I want to measure our pockets. Pocket is 7 inches from the waist. This is 7 inches. So the pocket is going to blend here, right? From this ½ inch we removed here, I'm going to get our pockets. All right. See? Can you see that? So you see, we'll blend this line to here. All right. So you see our trouser is perfectly done. No, long thing, no complications, as simple as this. All right. So if you are here to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. Our trouser, very simple and straightforward. So without wasting time, we are going to cut the back piece smartly, and we are done. Okay. All right. So to get our back piece, we will simply get our back piece. All right. I'm going to show us a very simple way of getting the back piece. Okay. We simply mark 2 inches up here. See from here, 2 inches up, 2 inches up. All right. And then by the side here, 1.5 inch. All right. So I'm going to join this point to this point there. Now I'm going to extend this dot here. And that's the simple logic to the waist. We add it up because the waist of the trouser is higher at the back, and we add 2 inches because the back piece of the trouser is wider than the front piece. So the next thing we do is we cut our trouser. So after we have cut out from here, the next one I'm going to do is to shift the front piece, shift it inwards. Okay, I normally give it 2 inches here, 2.5 inches here. Okay, that is to get the kind of fitting I want. We give it 2 inches here. Normally the back piece is bigger than the front piece, all right? So down here is bigger by 2 inches, and here I leave it 2.5. All right, you can leave it 2 inches all through, okay, but I like making it here a little bit big, a little bit bigger, okay, that's why. But you can leave it 2 inches all through. See what you're looking for. So then we'll cut out this part. So basically the difference between the back piece and the front piece is the waist and this allowance here. So at this point here, how do we get this curve? We are going to mark out 1/2 inch from here. All right, sorry, you can see this dropping, they use white. We're going to mark out 1/2 inch from here, okay, to curve this, the back, this in the back piece. All right, coming from here to meet with this line here. All right, because people keep asking, because ideally when you're cutting the back piece, this curve is not as deep as the front curve. It's always, shallow, and people keep asking how to identify where the curve will pass. So the easy way is simply to mark out 1/2 inch from here, and don't allow your curving to enter into the 1/2 inch, and you are done. All right, so simply this is the easiest way to cut a trouser. So if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, so that when I bring much more interesting videos like this your way, you will be notified. So thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Thank you.